Good morning, Bulldogs. Let's take a look at Thursday's lesson today. So we go to our third quarter. We have our vocabulary up here, which is due on Friday. Then we have our Thursday, January 7th lesson. We're going to deal with the presidency of Mirabeau, Lamar, and then we also have a quiz on this one. So a quiz will be at the end. So if I take a look at this first, and just like yesterday, we dealt with issues of the Houston presidency. This is the Lamar presidency. So I can identify how key individuals, events, and issues during Lamar. It should be Mirabeau Lamar's administration. I don't know why it says that, and I will change that. Okay, then we have again the four presidents, Lamar. Um, whoops. Let me take this down here. I'll go to present mode. He started as the vice president. Now they're going to be kind of rivals, him in Houston. Much like you have Biden and Trump today, they even though he was the vice president, they did a little differently there. Kind of the guy who came in second got the vice presidency, not necessarily they didn't run together like today. So under Lamar, here was some of the big ideas that he had, just like same issues. He was against annexation. He was for public education. He wanted a new capital. And here's kind of what he was. Here's his big things. Here was he wanted. Let me move this. Proposed to use revenues from public lands to fund schools. He was a big believer in public education, partly because that's as part of a democracy. You want people to know things. He wanted the new capital moved from Houston. He thought it was too far east. He wanted a more central location like Austin. In the economy, he was unlike Houston. He was a big spender. He created these things called redbacks. And he spent millions on Native American wars and the Texas Navy. By the end, the paper dollar that he had was not worth very much. When you print it too much, it can cause not to be worth as much. Got a video here about Chief Bowles. What happened during the Native American policy is Houston, of course, was friendly with the Cherokees, and Lamar reversed most of those policies, and he wanted the Cherokees to leave Texas so they could take their land. Um, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to take what was Lamar's policy on public education. And then here you read this quote. Why does Lamar believe education is important for democracy to be successful? Lamar believes that education allows voters to. Education is the guardian genius of democracy. It's the only dictator that free men recognize and the only ruler that free men require. So he believes that if you use education, you'll know enough not to be taken advantage of by dictators and that sort of thing. That's his belief. And then we add these last two. So those are what those ones are. Then what you'll do is you'll go over to the quiz. And very simple. So I think it's 5 questions. You're just going to compare the uh, Lamar and Houston. They're pretty much opposites. So you can take a look at yesterday's if need be. That would be Wednesdays and take a look. You get 2 attempts. Here's also a chart of the 3 presidents of Texas if you want to take a look at that. That may help you. You're going to choose either Houston or Lamar for all the answers. And that's pretty much all you have to do today.